Hey, welcome back to another video, folks. Back on Sling Mountain today. None of that coffee nonsense. I hope some of you enjoyed that video. It was a good laugh to do. I should say that AeroPress one thing I didn't mention, I did put it in the description, but easy to clean, right? You like pop the coffee puck out and then just give it a rinse and it was good to go. The problem with those cafetiere kind of things when you're camping is like they make a right mess or get coffee grounds everywhere and that. So that was a bonus of that. And massive thanks to everyone who commented with top tips and how to use them better and get a better cup of coffee out of them. Much appreciated. I'll give it another go, but I won't put another video out there, so you're safe on that one. But I will try it again for sure. I should give a shout out to a mate of mine, Will. Him and his partner Sophie, I know them from when I lived down south in Dorset years ago. He's a climbing instructor as well, general outdoor instructor. But they've just started their own coffee company, Carve Coffee Roasters, so go and check them out on Insta and on Facebook. Support small new businesses and all that kind of thing. That would be ace, thank you very much. Today's video is 2 Minute Tuesday. I'm psyched for this. I think I can actually get this done in 2 minutes, but remember the 2 minutes doesn't start until I start talking about the subject. And the subject is how I rack my trad kit. Now, if you look on YouTube or anywhere on Google, you'll find loads of different ways of doing this. It's a completely personal choice thing. The theme of it for me is to do like the same thing each time, and you will change little bits and pieces over time, or even route specific or crag specific. But if you have like a base system, it just makes your life easier. So I'm going to give myself 2 minutes to talk to you about it, and I'm so confident that I can actually do this in 2 minutes. I'm going to press the button on my phone to get the stopwatch going as well. So roll my sleeves up, get ready to go, and then 2 minutes. And of course I'll give a bit of an explanation afterwards, otherwise kind of what's the point really, isn't it? Right, 3, 2, 1, go. So my trad rack, I'm wasting time already picking it up, it is this, right. Prosecks on the back, because I'm probably not going to need them on the pitch. Nut key, same, on the back, out the way. Swap to the other side. I sort of do this, it's called Yosemite racking, so clip one thing to another. So I've got 2 carabiners on my belay plate there, over round the back, because again, not needed on the pitch, not until the belay. Same with those 2 carabiners, big boa and a little phantom. Big sling, 240, that's going to go around the back as well. I'll need that maybe on the belay. Right, put it down for a second because I'm going to chuck the slings around my body. So untwizzle them, the 240, oops, it's a bit easier to have it just twizzled up on the back. These can go over my head, and then I put one arm through them so they're easy to get off whichever arm I'm holding on with. Good. Next up, right, if I'm taking them, small nuts, the micros. Next size up, colour coded, red for danger. Next size up is purple, it's not quite so spicy. Blue, it's like my favourite colour, that's the sort of middle set of nuts that you use most. On to the other side, big set gold standards, they're on a gold carabiner, that's missing a nut I've just noticed. Offsets, that's on green, don't really have an idea why. Cams, smallest one, blue, green. And I have them on this back loop here, going up silver. One more on that side is the old purple. They sit there around the back, and then I'll swap onto the other side to mix it up a bit, and then sometimes I try and do 2 at a time, just for speed when I'm racking up. But actually what ends up happening is most of the time when you do 2 at a time, you make a bit of a faff and it doesn't work. Oh, I've got it there. And then green going on the back one as well. Okay, so we've ended up with cams down there. Then I'm just left with quick draws. So for me, I do these in size order, and I tend to do smallest on either side. They're 12cm ones. A couple of 15cm ones, slightly further forwards, and then one each side of an 18. I think these are 18 anyway. I might have got that wrong, but I think they are. And then 2 sling draws at the front either side. There we go. That is my racking system done. 2 minutes 29 seconds. Hey, that was pretty good. But I'm also going to talk now anyway because I want to explain why. So my harness has 5 gear loops if you count this little thin one at the back. I'm not super keen about having something on that one out of choice. I'm not saying I never use it, but I wouldn't normally, and the reason being it's just the idea of falling off and landing on your back and having like a belay plate or something, bang into your spine. It doesn't fill me with enthusiasm. It's never happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to someone. It's one of those things, if it can happen, it will happen at some point. So that's why I tend not to use it. 4 gear loops is enough for me with a fairly normal trad rack. The only thing I would ever add is maybe a couple more quick draws, really. If I'm carrying hexes, they can still fit on there, but I tend to carry cams or hexes. That's just me personally. But like I say, it's the same each time, realistically, with a bit of fine tuning specific to the route or the crag or whatever. And if you're head pointing a route, you know each bit of gear because you've practiced it, it's going to be a bit different. But I now know that if I need a blue cam, I go around there. If I need the blue set of nuts, they're onto there. I like the colour coding because although I know where they are, it's nice just to glance down and see exactly where they are. Okay. And then as I'm climbing, I try and re-rack everything in the same spot as well. So, sometimes you might be on and you get the blue set of nuts and you place it over there and it's just quicker and you're pumped out your box, you put it over there. But then when I get onto a good set of holds, I might go to the effort of re-racking it and getting it in the right spot again. So try and stick with it. Now, a lot of people will put the nuts at the front, okay? And that's a perfectly good thing to do, isn't it? Right? The reason for me is that when I get to that place and I want to place a nut, I kind of think to myself, right, this is as fresh as I'm going to be, because we try and find a spot where we're not expending any energy and we'll move around a bit so you get a nice straight arm, all that kind of thing. But what tends to happen is you get to that spot and you're a bit gripped because you're a bit nervous and you're getting more and more pumped, so you get your nut out, you place the nut all the time, you're getting more and more pumped in your arm. And you get the nut in, great, you put it back on the harness, you're getting more pumped. And then I think, right, this is the last thing I want to do is put the quick draw in and clip it. So I want that to happen quite quickly. So that's why I put the quick draws at the front. Completely a personal thing though. Come up with your own system, stick with it. But I like this, and I specifically like the colour coding nature of it. All right. Please do fire away with any questions, right? If you've got any top tips or anything you want to share with people, bang that in the comments as well. As I say, you will see loads of different ways of doing this. If I was going to do some splitter crack somewhere that is just cam after cam, then maybe I'll bring the cams to the front. But this is just the normal default thing that I do, okay? But yeah, fire away those questions and stuff. I'm always happy to answer as best I can, you know that. You also know, find us on Insta, find us on Facebook. Always massively appreciated. It just helps us in these strange times get the brand name out there a bit more, all that kind of thing. Do click that like button if you liked it. Smash the subscribe button. I'm so psyched about how well it's doing. It's been I've been mega impressed, and that's down to you guys for doing that. So thank you very much for doing that again. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video. More videos coming up very soon.